About 5 months ago, my buddy Brandon and I, we started up a TikTok called Fantasy Freaks. I'm repping the shirt right now. And we talk fantasy football and pretty much football in general. And at the time, it was like, okay, who's on TikTok? Pretty much comedy videos, dance videos, and Garyvee. So it was pretty scary to start just posting about fantasy football, something we're super passionate about. And we decided
You did it because I was pushing.
Yeah.
And finally said, fuck it.
You were just saying, okay, do it. And I was like, okay, fuck it. Let's just go. So we spent I'm a freshman in college from Columbus, Ohio. And I was like, all right, we're going to spend our Friday nights making 16 NFL breakdown videos for every game. We're posting 16 videos straight. It takes 3 hours, 4 hours. And we're like, all right, let's just do it. So we did it. We were kind of grinding. We've seen a lot of linear growth. And we're up to 230,000 followers right now on TikTok. And it's literally all because of you saying you can take your passion and turn it into TikTok success, and you can grow on social media. And I can't even tell you how much it's changed my life. You know, it's so awesome. But, we have a really strong following, pretty much a younger demographic. So kind of like the 8 to 16-year-old range.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I guess my question is, we're super passionate about this. We'd love to have it as a career in the future. How do we take our following on TikTok and turn it into a profitable business?
You're in the best spot ever. First of all, you have 4 more years before you have to, right? You're going to finish school.
Yeah. No rush.
So,
I'm in no rush at all.
Kevin, you fucking won. Your audience is going to be of an age where they'll be willing to buy something right at the time. Not only do you have these next 3.5 years of college, but then you also have the fact that you're still fucking 22 and you and your buddy can go and fucking, you know where I'm about to go, room with fucking 3 other knuckleheads, fucking eat McDonald's all day and be fucking set. You've probably got, what I think you should do is what I did, which is not monetize them. Go just build the fucking audience at all costs. And then let's have this discussion in 4 years.
Okay. Cause people are always asking are you guys getting paid yet? And we're like, we don't need the money.
Don't listen.
I'm not taking on any college debt. I'm in no rush to make any money. And my audience is really young. I don't even know how much money they're even willing to spend on a package.
It's a stupid conversation. No, you are not allowed to ask for money. Do not think about $1 for 4 years. Here's why. And that's a very different answer than we gave earlier to Tom, who needs to make $5 right from everybody. Yeah. It's because you've got the luxury, the privilege, thank God, the serendipity to not, which puts you in the power position.
Yeah, no, it's a good spot, but
no. It's the best spot. And when the day comes in 4 or 5 years, there might be fucking augmented reality filters. There may be some new piece of clothes that we put the logo on. Bro, we don't know what the fuck's gonna happen in 4 years.
I know. Well, I always talk to my buddy Brandon about it. I'm like, even if it's not football, if we can find the next thing to elevate fantasy football or whatever it is at that time, we'll be able to have a following that loves football, that loves pretty much everything about us, because we're building us up too.
You're set. 100% brand building, 100% brand building for the next 3.5 years. 100% brand building.
Yeah, no, I'm in no rush. I don't need the money.
No. It's about spending even a second debating it. From this moment on, just like the TikTok thing that I pushed you, no more minutes. I'm more worried about, watch this, how many followers you have on Instagram?
So that's the question. So we wanted to push TikTok first and take advantage of that organic reach, kind of.
Correct.
So
how many followers do you have on Instagram?
I have 300 and 2,000 on Twitter. So that's
right. 300 on Instagram, 200 on Twitter.
2,000 on Twitter. But yeah, we're still growing a lot.
This is where I'm excited. This is where I was going. Notice how I asked the question. I know exactly where you're at. You're part of this new generation that listened to me, crushed on TikTok. Instead of worrying about fucking selling them some bullshit fucking $9, draft guide or a fucking t-shirt, what I want you to do is now add 2 pieces of content a day on TikTok that has the sole purpose to drive people to follow you on Instagram and Twitter.
Okay, so Instagram, Twitter. Thoughts on YouTube? People talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's a little bit, because I'm always like, is it worth putting in my time to the other social media platforms when I could just really push this growth on TikTok? Like,
Oh,
I don't know, just do it all? Because balance the
you're
college student, balance the TikTok, balance the Instagram, Twitter.
Yep.
Okay. Man, like.
More. You have a moment in time. This TikTok thing's going to go away.
Just like Vine, kind of like it.
They
had to push other things.
I don't think it's going to go away like Vine.
The growth, you're saying?
The growth.
The reach.
The reach, bro. Like like you've already seen it. Yeah,
no, especially this past couple weeks. It's gone down. You've probably seen it on your page too.
I have, because listen, I've been consistent about this. It's a land grab.
Yeah.
And so the early people go, you can't be Charlie anymore. There's too many people on it.
Yeah.
You can be fucking humongous.
We are first in our niche, which is like a big thing, I think.
First is great, and I'm glad about 230, but best always will matter in the end. But most of all, listen to me, and listen to me good. 2 pieces of content a day, 1 for Twitter, 1 for LinkedIn. All the ideas, all this energy that you think about how to monetize, all goes away, and it all goes into the creation of creative that is built for the intent to follow on Twitter. Giveaways, on TikTok. Hey guys, for everybody that follows us on Twitter right now, and you use hashtag, Fantasy Freaks, we're gonna pick 2 of you randomly and go on Zoom with you for 15 minutes and talk football. For your fan base, that's exciting. All of a sudden, you've tripled your number on Twitter on 1 fucking TikTok, extra post a day.
Long story short, man, got offered $200 to be the intern for the senior pastor CEO. He's not just a pastor, like he's a businessman. He has multiple different businesses, all of this stuff. $200 a month to do a freaking full-time job. And I did it. I did it while still working in that call center. Like I was in the call center answering phones and like responding to emails and like scheduling meetings and
grinding.
I had a phone number and you want a meeting? Yeah, okay, give me 1 second. Okay, let me finish here. And then like
Jamal, hold on one second. For everybody who's listening, because every time I bring up take the 28K to be the admin, take the 42K to be the admin, this motherfucker was making $200 a day. Like, please, like people are so entitled. People are so soft. If you want your dream, it should be hard. Like I had a big dream. Of course it was fucking difficult.
Yeah. I did that for 3 years, Gary. I did that for 3 years. So I
say it one more time for the people in the back that didn't hear. How long?
Did that for 3 years. 3 years.
I get it.
And the crazy, so I did the internship, lasted for about 6 months. And then they came to me and they're like, hey, do you want to do this full time? And I was like, oh yeah, this is okay, great. Like I don't have to work at the call center. Yeah, cool. And I was thinking like, I'm going to get offered at least as much as I get paid at the call center, but it's a church, and so I literally got offered $27,000 to come work full time at this church as a personal assistant. And I did it, man. And I did it for like I said, 3 years. And a year and a half ago, I got a phone call from my boss and he randomly out of nowhere was like, hey, do you want to be our next youth pastor? Which is what I went to school for. It's literally what I was going to school for. Got kicked out of school, studying to become, this guy that could just spend his time dealing with teenagers and helping kids. And now we're actually one of the largest churches here in Chicago. And I have 400 kids that I'm responsible for. And I was able to see it because I wasn't afraid to go. So if Aiden's still watching, man, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to.
Proud of you, Jamal. I'm really proud of you. I admire you.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you so much. It goes into my question though, because I mean, when I watch these, like I was watching yesterday, I got my tea in my little Christmas mug.
Let's go.
But when I'm watching, I feel like I hear the same like questions, and I know that you just you get it out there. And but I'm one of those people, as you can see with the story, I love my 9 to 5, so I want to get better at that. And so like I told you, I have 400 kids alone, teenagers alone that I'm responsible for, plus their parents that look to me for advice and things.
Guidance.
I'm newly married, been married for about
Congratulations.
now, and me and my wife don't even have kids yet, but I have parents coming to me for like parenting advice. And
of course.
And then I have team members who are all like different types of ages. I'm 23. What advice would you give for leading that many agents at a young age?
Couple things. You know, you were built for it. At 23, I was ready to be a CEO. If COVID happened when I was 23, I would have led it. I led it during 9/11 when I was 25. Like, you know, what I would say to you is a couple things. One, you're gonna continue to live this life. Like some shit is just written. Do you know what I mean? So I actually think the single biggest ingredient for you to be successful in communicating to these different constituents is humility. It's very easy to get high on your own supply, right? You're getting all this admiration, attention. You're humbled by it, and thus you actually have to deploy humility. So when you talk to Mr. and Mrs. Thompson, you say, listen, first of all, Mr. and Mrs. Thompson, I don't have children and I admire you so much. So this comes with no judgment. What I'm seeing from little Ricky is this, you know, I'm closer to little Ricky's age than I am to yours, you know, and I can associate with him. And some of the stuff I've seen him, and I overheard a conversation that he was having with Linda. And so what you might want to consider, this is where the humility comes in. You see where I'm going? You start the combo with the hedge, what you might want to consider. And I think in that humility, you'll find that balance that you'll be able to reach more people because of it. Because at some level, what ends up happening to the 23-year-old Jamal, the 23-year-old Gary, the 23-year-olds that are watching right now that also kind of have it like that, is you can get real caught up real quick. And all of a sudden, you're coming across audacious instead of coming across with humility. Humility, my man, is the most important ingredients and the gift of communicating with the hedge. Even what I do now at 44, which is like, hey, and I'll say it right now one more time for anybody who's never heard it. I come across with conviction because I have conviction, which can come across as overconfident, condescending. I get it, but let me say it one time right now for everybody. These are my opinions and hypotheses. This is what I see in business and parenting in the world. They're my opinions. They're my observations. They are my hypotheses. I don't think I'm right. I don't think I'm better. I just think that this is experience. I stay in a very narrow lane, and this is my hypothesis and observation. And I think when people can sense that humility, they're more open to the constructive criticism or the strategy. Jamal, at this gifted of a young age where people are looking to you, humility is your most important ally.
Yeah, for sure. And I got one more question, just because I know you talk about it a lot. So you've you've gotten it right so many different times with Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I think you've like said so many different things. So I think your next one is really like TikTok, that you've really been talking about a lot. I'm more of a, get on, talk type of guy, motivator type of person.
Do that on TikTok.
Okay.
I have 3.3 million followers on TikTok doing that.
I just saw, yeah. Okay. Because I know when I get on, a lot of
you don't need to dance. You don't need to fucking dance.
My kids are all like, dude,
Jamal,
like, only dance.
Jamal, let me give you a history lesson. All these platforms become all kinds of content. They start off, you know what Instagram started off as? Photography nerds.
Yeah. True.
Taking fucking sunsets with a fucking filter.
Right.
Facebook was college talk, hooking up.
Yeah.
Twitter was tech nerds.
Yeah.
They all started something.
True.
And they all evolved to everything.